Shalom, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you for joining me today. We're just gonna go ahead and hop right in. Let's go.
Say something
Go on.
about what we was talking about.
Yep.
So basically, in terms of like beautiful women failing, and you said about like if they don't have kids at the age they're like supposed to have kids, don't you think like the men have to check themselves because there's obviously something going on here why no one can find the right man to have kids with? It's not
I wonder why she would come to that conclusion because if it's men can still find women, right? It's the women who can't find the men. So why wouldn't we begin to examine what is it that is making women not as attractive to men anymore?
just about the
Can
women, it's
sorry,
also about the men.
can I say something?
Go on. Go on.
Why does it I always it's not even only podcasts that I watch, but in general, women always try to base thing off like to do with men.
No.
It's not the man's fault. It's
No. I'm
nothing
not
to do
saying-
regarding the
I
man.
agree.
It's the thing is you have to follow. It doesn't matter what your experience is, whether you just had a boyfriend 6 months ago. For me, it's all about your view. Like you can't just go in and be like, oh, who's going to be the right guy today? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or who you come across who's the right. It's about you have to try and have a criteria that you're looking for as a young
Boundary.
woman. But there's no such thing as right guy. I don't know why some women, a lot of women actually keep using this right guy.
I'm not
If a
saying-
guy has got the criteria that matches, do you know what I mean, on certain things that you want, then don't see that is a problem. But stop having high expectation and be like, oh yeah, I need a right guy. There's another thing
I'm
is
not saying I've
no,
got
no,
high
not you personally,
expectations.
babe. But I'm just saying in an overall.
Yeah.
I've heard this so many times
Because
with
that's
women.
what I mean. Because it always
Into the
has to
mic.
revolve
Into the
around.
mic.
I feel like it always has to revolve
I feel like
around men. Like for me, my life has never revolved around men.
Amen.
Like what you said, like you grew up
she said amen.
with a single mum. I grew up with a single mum, but I've never had to rely on a man for anything. So why is it now that I feel like men are very anti-women right now. Every
Can we-
single time
yeah.
I
That is not true.
Because
scroll
of their
through Snapchat,
behavior.
all I see is men
There's no
saying, "Oh,
behavior.
Yeah, because a lot of
Like,
women
F
have done
women,
that.
this about
It's just interesting, like why? It's like I know why, but like you want to attack the man because of how the man is beginning to view the woman instead of examining the behaviors that is making the man view the woman that way. What?
women, that about women." Am I right or am I wrong?
I'm trying to you lot all started talking at the same time. You keep doing this you keep I'm trying to moderate this live stream seriously. Yeah. If you hear me say hey or wait there or something, just wait for a second. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking nicely. I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah, I hear
I'm
it.
just being because there was a moment where
Okay, he took charge. This is the first time I ever really seen a brother take charge of his podcast. Like, I'll be watching Fresh and Fit, and I'll be watching just Sarah Garvey. I'll be watching other podcasts, and it's kind of like they just let the women go, 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 go whenever they start doing that thing. And it's like, be a man and take. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the difference. This is how we begin to get our women under control. Like, you have to establish order in every facet whenever you're dealing with a woman, or she's just gonna be out of control. So I love to see this. This is something small. He just telling them not to all talk at one time, but I've never seen this in this kind of way. Like, he's respect this man and his podcast.
everyone was talking, you was talking, she was talking, and someone else was talking, and it's just noise. And then I said, hey, and you still carried on. Like, you can't do that. This is professional. You can see we're doing proper things. Yeah, please. Please. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah? So, carry on what you were saying, innit? Cool. And make sure you speak into the mic.
I think he was saying that it's like everything's about. Don't get me wrong, like it's tiring. Like I'm tired. Like I'm sick of being like having. It's not that I haven't tried. Like I'm sick of having to rely on myself for everything. Like I've tried. I've gotten to know guys. Maybe they weren't the right guys. Blah blah. Obviously, you want a guy who's gonna be able to support. I want to support him, and he's got his mission, his dream, and I'm fully willing and ready to support that. Sometimes it's just not the right guy, and what you're going to do, just carry on for the sake of it and sacrifice yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I think sometimes it's interpreted the wrong way that women are rebellious, they're this. No, most women are willing to submit to someone who loves them and who cares about them. Submission's not an issue. I think it's natural to most women. That's my perspective.
Do you think, when a lot of, and I want to get back to what you were saying, because I remember what you were saying, yeah? When you say, oh, yeah, you think most women are ready to submit if someone's going to love them. I just think that it's not love conquers all, bruv. I think love is very conditional when it comes to women, bruv. Like, a guy has to maintain himself, maintain the lifestyle he's offering and the resources or whatever he's offering to that woman. If those things just disappear, usually the woman's gonna feel like, like, I'm not really happy in this
I
situation.
think that's you guys' opinion. I think you're
think
seeing
so?
it through the lens that you want to see it. If a woman, like I've dated guys who earn less than me. It's not an issue to me as long as they have ambition. As long
why
as
you
they
with them
treat
now?
me, because they didn't treat me well. As long as they treat me well, as long as they love me, as long as they show me love, as long as they have their goals and they're striving for them and they're respectable men and, they love God or whatever they believe in. If
What
that's
caused
their...
your last boyfriend, your last relationship to end?
I don't want to go into it. It was a very valid reason. That's what I'm going to say. Like, I don't...
Interesting.
All of my exes will say I don't throw things away. Like, I can promise you if you spoke to any of them, I'm not like it's live TV.
Okay.
But yeah, for me, I'm very much a hard lover. Like, I will ride for you as long as you ride for me.
I'm gonna let you jump in. But I remember what you were saying. You're saying that you feel like men are going against women a lot. Do you remember what you was gonna say now?
I don't remember the point I was going to say, but I do feel like when I'm scrolling through social media, I see a lot of quotes coming from guys talking about women this, women that, and it's...
And that's also what's wrong with a lot of people. Like, why are we basing our opinions and our ideas about life and about men? This is the problem. I won't say with a lot of people, but with women. Why are you basing it off of social media? You talking about you done seen a lot of quotes. What have you went through in real life, and what have you gathered from your real life experiences? What have you learned about how you've been acting as a woman and the results that you've been getting from men?
I don't think...
Into the mic. Come on. Are you alright?
Yeah, no,
It's like you malfunctioned for a second.
No,
blood.
because I just feel like with a lot... I don't really know how to put it in words for other people to understand.
You feel like guys are going at women too much.
No, but it's got to a whole other extent to a bit like, are you into guys?
That's
Do you know what I
shaming
mean?
talk.
Do you know
Listen,
what I mean?
listen.
This is why I didn't want to say it.
Listen, can I just
No,
say one
'cause
thing to you? Can I say one thing to you? I'm gonna let you go after me, yeah. The thing is, yeah, it's funny you would say that, oh, you look at TikTok, blah blah blah.
I'm not talking about TikTok though.
Where do you see it then?
Sorry.
Where do you see these guys
I'm
talking?
only actually like I scroll through Instagram and I scroll through
Okay, let's say social
Snapchat.
media. Let's say social media.
I'm not really a social media kind of girl.
Oh my god, you just said it. Okay,
Instagram
cool.
is
Whatever you
social
say,
media.
yeah.
Okay,
cool.
what? Go on.
Alright,
That
cool.
that triggered the response.
No, I'm not triggered at all. I do well
No,
in life.
because
I'm
you just
active.
went into... I heard two. Oh my god.
Listen.
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Listen, calm down. It's okay. Look, what I'm
Facts.
saying is that it's interesting. You would say, "Oh, you see all these things of guys saying stuff about women," but as long as I've been alive, women have been talking about what they don't like about men. As long as all of us have been alive, and it's mainstream TV, daytime TV. Yeah. So it's really on podcasts like this where men really air our grievances. Do you
And
get what I'm
that's
saying?
fine.
So it's funny you would say, oh, well, like all these men are saying that, but we've been having to eat this whole...
Okay,
as long as
see,
I've been alive, I've been hearing
that's
this
how
stuff.
you can hear where it comes from a different perspective. Because when I said that, I didn't necessarily mean against men. But when I'm saying that, I'm scrolling through and every other post is some kind of hatred against women.
Is it hatred or criticism?
Criticism.
It's both.
Is it...
Hatred, that's how women look at it. Like, a woman, like, because I was just in an experience like that myself, even though I never labeled it as abuse, but I did label it as attacking me when it was just criticism, when it was just correction. So anytime a woman sees anything that comes after her character or who she thinks she is as a woman, even though she probably needs to be better, she sees it as an attack or abuse or whatever this young lady wants to call it.
I think personally, it's both.
Hatred.
Can I offer a little bit of
Sorry,
advice?
Because that fits into the same category. When you're gonna hate someone, you criticize them, no?
Yes.
No.
You think critic? So you're
No,
saying
I didn't say
what are
they're
you
the
saying?
same. I didn't say they're the
You said they're in
same,
the same
but
category.
they could fit. Actually,
Yes.
they could fit into the same category. Because if you're
Give
gonna
me an
hate
example.
someone,
Give me an example.
not even an example, but if you're gonna hate someone for any reason, surely you have to criticize them on what you're hating them on, no?
Not necessarily.
What are you talking about?
No, I get what she's
Facts.
saying. Hate can come with criticism. It's like people might criticize you. Oh, just crit. No, really, they
It
hate
can,
you.
but
And
Yeah, it
if
can.
you're being critiqued and
I didn't say about everything.
I know, I know, but I'm saying you got to be careful because when you start saying stuff like hate, then like
For me, hate's a strong word. I don't normally use the word hate.
okay,
It takes your energy. I strongly dislike.
I understand that.
no,
what
but
I'm
King, I hear what you're saying. There's some women who hate men, and they've made these.
I never even said that yet.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yet.
The
I was
hell?
going with
I really appreciate this brother King Riches, because this is the most I ever seen a man be on his toes when he talking to a woman. Because you see how when women start to get these emotional responses, they start putting words in your mouth. They start misunderstanding the whole point of the conversation. And it's kind of like talking to a child when talking to them about accountability and just trying to see both sides of something, having empathy. It seemed like whenever it has to do with the woman, this is areas that they begin to lack in.
But you said
key
for the
word
last
is
10
yet.
Mind
years.
reader.
Sorry. Yeah,
Yet.
mind reader.
You said I never said that yet.
Can't you just disable comments
Bruh.
on your Instagram?
Yeah, just
Sorry,
cut it off.
guys.
Everyone's just walking.
No, I'm gonna let her go. Go on.
It's not really much me, but Kwesi's been waiting for a little while now.
Yeah, I know. I know.
No. I mean, sorry, not direct to you. I mean,
So, sorry, I just wanted to say, do you have any examples of the hate that you were saying that the
These women out of control.
men are saying on social media?
Yeah.
Could you give us a few examples, like one or two
I
examples?
wish I could scroll through and
I
let you know.
couldn't
No, just
give,
something
like,
that you
more
remember.
memes
I
than
couldn't give an
anything.
exact.
So you're basing. So
The,
you're
the lady in the middle.
Hold on.
gonna try and
Yo,
say that I'm
hey,
saying
listen,
not memes.
listen. You lot are getting on my nerves, bro. Like, you lot are not the host of the show. You're not the moderators, yeah? So when you get asked a question, please answer the question. When people are talking, just one voice, please. Because you lot are getting excited. Everyone's saying something, bruv, yeah? Please. Because we can just lock this whole thing off. Do you get what I'm saying? So Kwesi's asking you, like, have you seen any example, like, give an example of when you've heard men hating on women or something like that
I've seen it mainly to do with money.
with money.
It's always to do with money. I feel like men in this generation have this obsession with
I just want to note the body language too. So he didn't have to correct them. What is this? His third time having to do it. And just look at the body language. They sitting there like some pouty children. Cause it's like, why you can't just listen to what he's saying? He's saying just answer the questions and just sit there and be quiet. See, this is what men want. This is what men want in relationships. And it's kind of crazy how they're talking about how men are spewing hate towards women and how men are viewing women in a certain kind of way. And right now, they're kind of being a prime example of what men don't want to deal with. Women who talk over them, women who don't listen, women who are not submissive. They're right now exuding all of these masculine traits and wondering why they're getting the experiences that they get from men. So, dang, that's kind of crazy how they living out the example right now on his show while talking about this topic.
money, and everything is about money. And this was like, I don't like women. I want the money, and I don't want this and that. I want the money. But it's a bit like, do you not see anything more to life than money?
What's going on, people? I'm King Richard.
That's a good show. That was a good topic. That was a good snippet of that whole episode. If you want to watch more from this brother, his name is King Riches. I really like his content. He holds women accountable. He established himself as a man and he moves forward with authority. And that's more of what we need right now as women is men who are going to move forward with authority and stand firm on whatever point it is that they're making, whatever direction it is that they're giving. Because as you can see, they sat there and they were quiet. They listened to him. They may not have looked like they wanted to, but this is what we need to begin to refine, my sisters. Like, we have to put them through the fire, make them be submissive, because as the one sister pointed out, submission is a natural trait in women. But because we live in a place where it's encouraged for the woman to be independent, it's encouraged for the woman to be separate from the man, we got to kind of re-bring her back home and re-bring her back to the understanding of what she really is and who she really is. And I think with more brothers like this and more topics like this, we'll be able to shine a light on what it is that needs to be remedied, what it is that needs to be fixed. Because they just sat there and were an example of how women do blame men for everything, but still somehow try to flip it on a man. And it's very unfortunate. But, hopefully things continue to get better and we continue to have these hard conversations and women continue to allow correction to come into their lives so that they can become better. So yeah, I appreciate you for tuning in with me today. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscription bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please like, comment, and share. I want to know, do you think that women blame men for everything, or do you think that those women had a valid argument? Do you think that it's men who are at fault? Let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you, and shalom.